Good afternoon, my friends. It's 12:15. Hope we don't know how long it will be uploading when we will finish, but Tracy is with me today, so
Good to be back.
Nice to be back. But she didn't have too many questions, or you had some questions from people?
I have just had a mess of a week. I think a lot of you guys know that. And on that note, thank you guys so much
For your
for
nice
all the
comments.
It's just like it brought another like waterfall of emotions to read through all those. But I greatly appreciate it. It was a very rough weekend, and we're going to be celebrating her life next Tuesday. We'll be celebrating Jody's life. So thank you very much for that outreach. It was certainly not easy to watch her go through that, and it all happened very quickly. Thursday, most of us were a bit of an emotional wreck because she was moved into a hospice. And we were saying even at that point, we don't know, like she could have 3 months, she could have 3 days, but I feel like all of us just felt like a miracle was going to happen. And I think we were all just in like denial that September was going to roll around and she was going to be standing in front of her classroom teaching again. And then the following day, a good chunk of our core staff was at the studio when the news came through that she had passed. So my boss and I went to the hospice so we could kind of say goodbye. And so yeah, I've been a bit of a wreck, so I apologize. I'm half prepared for everything. But anyways, on that note, I kind of freaked Violetta out because I said, we're going to do something. We're going to make this into a game today. We're going to do question roulette with all the questions. So I haven't even fully read most of these. So it's just something different we're going to try for this week anyways.
I was bleaching my hair yesterday, so they wouldn't show gray.
Just adding to it. On that note, because I am back, feel free to start sending questions to psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com. And thank you to those that had continued. I apologize. I never officially put on a vacation respond or anything to let you guys know that we had kind of stopped for a little bit there for the summer, but yeah. So
and I will start with the question about the Kavanaugh that I answered today on the live stream.
With our members, yeah.
People ask me if Kavanaugh will be staying in the Supreme Court. And I saw, the vision was that the classroom is full of students and the principal is calling Kavanaugh, opening the door and doing this to Kavanaugh. So it means that Kavanaugh will be pulled to the principal office to answer some questions. So that will be, I didn't see him being excluded yet from Supreme Court, but he will go to the through the dishwasher, kind of cut in the spinning bin or whatever you call this. So that will be something that we have to expect. And it's never good to be called to the principal office, so something will come out of this, and we will see more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the other thing that we talked about in the members live stream was to do with Afghanistan and what women's rights could potentially look like with the Taliban, and then with the new leader coming in, Abdul.
And I feel that still the educated women will keep the status no matter what. You can't take that away unless you will kill them. But they have sons, they have daughters, and they will educate them quietly at home, but the symbol of education will still be there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a positive vision that I had about the schooling. It never go completely away when women are educated.
Yeah. One question we do have here is, will there be a fight for... Oh, sorry, I didn't let you get your cards out even. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. I forgot.
Just rushing. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Good that you are thinking.
Will there be a fight for power between the top guys in Afghanistan, the rulers?
Because the new top guy came yesterday on a plane, Aug.18.21, and he apparently was talking with Trump in the end of the last year. So they negotiated something. So Trump was negotiating with the Taliban, which is kind of cutting the legs for Biden. But but this Abdul Chani Baradar was in a prison in Pakistan from 2002 for many years. For 20 years, several years he was in a prison. And Trump asked Pakistan to let him out. They let him out. And now he's big cahoon in the government. But he is so behind with every knowledge what's going on, but he wants the status to be the top officer. And when he was landing, I had the feeling that his life will be cut kind of short. That was my feeling yesterday when I saw him walking down the stairs. I thought, the new leader, he feels that he deserves the power. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a tough environment. Somehow I don't think the Abdul will last for too long. That was my feeling. I will see what the cards are saying.
One.
That's what I have seen yesterday when he was going down the stairs of the plane. Yeah, he will have to be worried. He has to watch his back. He will be a star, but not for full star. The other guy will take the stardom away from him eventually because he wouldn't know what to do. He is behind of everything, computer-wise. He was not probably educated in the prison how to be updated about everything.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to say, right?
Yeah, it's hard to be coming from a place that he was isolated to start running the country because he was who he was before. He was never number one, he was number two before. So that's my opinion that he will be in trouble.
Okay. Okay, so I started peeking at a couple of these and then I stopped when I kind of came across this idea in my head, so just gonna...
She wants to kill me.
Okay, from Terry Marie.
Thank you, Terry Marie.
When you close your eyes to see your visions, are you using the right side of your brain or the left side? Since the left side of our brains are not just creative, but also psychic, are you able to answer this question with your cards and vision?
Okay. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. I saw myself growing antennas from every side. When I see the visions, they are over here on my forehead. It's like a movie going in front of me.
Your third eye?
You can call this third eye, but I'm looking from inside on the picture. I don't know what I will see. I'm always surprised. Like now when I saw like UFO with the antennas and glowing. It was like on the background, it's just a silhouette of glowing thing with antennas. I don't honestly know how I'm doing this, and I'm sharing this as much as I can. I believe my spirit guide and my angels are working together. I saw them long time ago. In one of my visions, they were walking by the lake. There was a path to the gazebo over the lake, white gazebo, beautiful place. And my spirit guy is a small guy wearing burla, and the angel is humongous, like few meters high. And they were talking to each other and joking. I always believe, and it was white angel. So I always feel that they are best companion. They have a sense of humor. I have two angels on the rings. Always. I can change others, but I'm trying always to have the angels. And they are helping me to have a good harvest. So they are giving me information the way they are giving. Honestly, I don't know how I developed this to the point that it's so fast. I just did it. But then now when I saw the picture, so it looks like I'm getting information from every angle.
I like the vision of the antennas. I like that. Thank you.
It was like, those UFOs there was some cartoon for kids with those little colorful, different colors, creatures. In the 90s. I know that it was on TV and there was a big scandal because they were making them to look like gays, something like that, and then big talk about them.
I don't remember.
But they have those antennas of things coming from the head. But that's what I saw this moment ago. And thank you so much for your question. It is interesting to me too.
From Maureen.
Thank you.
What do you see for the future of fish for human consumption? There is so much garbage in the ocean that fish feed upon. The fish farms are also crowd the fish so close together that they get fleas. I didn't even know fish could get fleas. What?
I never knew that.
I didn't know that. So what do you see for the future of fish for human consumption? From Marine.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3. Oops.
They will still be eating fish. We will still be eating fish, even it's contain so many chemicals, so many poisoning things like microplastic, lead, everything. Yes, we still need them because we need to survive, and we are still oblivious how dangerous it is. Eventually, there will be casualties, and people will be paying prices for eating the poisonous things. And somehow they will start repairing so we can celebrate. And always drink a wine when you are eating fish. That was something that I learned as a child. We should eat fish.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't. I can't drink anything to access because my bones will be killing me. Those 2 long bones were a controller for me not to drink because they give me pain. No, I couldn't drink as a teenager even.
I didn't really drink as a teenager. I had like the odd glass with my parents and my family, and that was it. I never wasn't a party as a big kid.
The long bones, if I were miss this diagnosis, don't drink, the long bones will be painful.
Interesting.
Because they make blood. And they are these ones are the beginning. And I know, 1 glass is enough for you, girl, because you don't have the bones to drink.
Okay, this one is from Sandra. This one might be a little bit controversial. We'll see here. Hi, you two. Thank you for the wonderful job. Is Trump behind Cuomo's resignation? Did he pay some woman to testify? Because I know that the governor has some power about lawyers, so Don can choose some loyal lawyer in a way to shame him. We all know that Don and family have a big problem in New York. So is Don somehow behind Cuomo's resignation? 1, 2, 3,
I see a cactus. Cactus needs a water hardly ever once in a and then they can live up to 100 years. But it's a symbol of being pokey and unfriendly. Well, you know,
I know, I'm trying to think of how I would look. Like a resilience is something I also see when I look at a cactus, just for that watering thing.
yeah, but it is, and I think it
Pokey,
can
prickly.
hold the grunge for so long because that's the symbol of holding to something and being very pokey. Green, usually cactuses are green, it's related to money. It doesn't say me that it's Trump. It doesn't say if it's Bloomberg, but there is some reason he was not happy. Well, family reunion for Democrats, he was not comfortable. He needed to lean on them, but they needed to lean on him, and they had a lot of different dreams, different goals. So he is dismissed, and eventually we will learn some part of the truth, but not yet. And Cuomo is always saying it's political. But Trump is not anymore political, it's private. So I have my feeling differently way situated. So.
Okay.
And the cactus that I saw, it's humongous, big, and they can collapse in one day, those cactuses. We don't have any here in Canada.
Just my little one that sits in my window.
Yeah.
Okay, from Benny.
Thank you, Benny.
Texas House Speaker Dave Phelan signs arrest warrants for absent Democrats in a bid to end Chambers' weeks-long stalemate. Will this situation cause upheaval for government officials or state voters?
Yes, those officials ran away to the Democrats ran away to Congress, and they are hiding in Washington. And what will be?
Will the situation cause upheaval for government officials or state voters? 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful butterfly, black and colorful, like fluorescence design on it. It's symbol of being fragile, think of beauty, freedom. I think that they will get away with it, and that there will be big changes, whatever they want to make, being in control of both parties, so they will be able to control the outcome in Texas. Yes, but eventually they will have to reunite with the Democrats, so that eventually they will have to come to some senses and be. That might not be easy for them to get what they think. That's kind of dreaming thing, that the butterfly, but maybe that's not going to work for them.
Okay.
And it was like dark butterfly who is glowing in the night. How to understand it? Yeah. But it was beautiful black butterfly with the designs. You can help me. Mm-hmm. You can have your answers as well. And thank you for your answers about the mushrooms. Yes, it is that we are hoping that well, it's only 36 days that they got for elections in Canada. So Trudeau may be doing what he thinks is good for him, but he might be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Okay, from
Mushrooms are a symbol of fungus. It
Yeah.
can grow.
Okay, Maxine. I have a question about if the special election on September 14th to recall the current governor of California, Gavin Newsom, will be successful or not.
What do you mean successful, I wonder?
So if it'll be successful to recall?
Yes, okay. 3 cards. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Cutting the apple in half, that's hard to understand, to go to see the seeds. But I still see the governor, what's his name?
Gavin Newsom?
Newsom, celebrating with his wife. So he will be still strong. The journey will be hard on him, but he will stay. I think he will be able to stay in the position. Even they might go through the seeds to see how the apple is built from inside, but it looks like he might stay and hold the position.
Okay.
And when is the election?
September 14th.
Not far away.
Yeah, not far away at all.
I think in Canada it will be September 20th, the one for the parliament.
Okay, another one from Marine. Will there be any laws passed to improve the quality of animal food? 1, 2, 3.
Okay. People will have to make a noise like it's a temple in China, and they are making this human
The
gong and making a noise, announcing. Yeah, when we had our first dog, Queenie, there was a time that so many dogs were poisoned because there was glue added to the food, to the dog's food, and that was to the more expensive foods. And she never wanted to eat my dogs. They never want to eat the dog food until I mix this with human food. And Vivi can figure out how to avoid to eat the brownie stuff. She is so spoiled. Annie is much smaller. She will come and she will eat her food. But Vivi...
It's like she makes a beeline for it. As soon as we get here, she goes and finds Vivi's bowl.
And she will eat it.
She'll eat whatever's in there.
And Vivi has to get something from the table. Then she might touch it a little bit, but she's never keen of it. But there will be a big announcement probably that they have to watch for what they are putting in the food, because probably China, queen of making this, some dogs will lose their lives, and people will have to stand up and fight for what is right, because there have to be rules and they are not respecting them. And it is with the treats, with everything. Dogs are dying sometimes because there is poison in them.
Yeah. Okay, I think I might make this one. Well, there's 2 questions in here. I might make these our last 2, because I think I got to 9. Should have kept a tally. Okay, from Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
There have been many protests in front of the Cuba Max travel agencies throughout Florida because there is allegations that the owner of Cuba Max agencies is the cousin of the Cuban president, and the money from the agencies is being sent to Panama and Venezuela to purchase the military equipment and wooden clubs that are being used on the Cuban people. Is this true? Wow.
I never heard anything like that.
1, 2, 3.
Going in the elevator and checking how it's working, and to the bottom of the elevator. Without the elevator, you are just walking step by step and checking if it's safe and how it's connected. It's a symbol of some checkpoints on the elevator, because it has to work properly. So they will be checking. Everything will be, yes, there is so much drama, that there is a danger, because symbol of danger, the shaky tower, something will come out. They will have to slow down, and they will say, oh, we didn't knew, that was irresponsible. So they will have to answer some questions.
Okay. As a follow-up, well, not really as a follow-up, there are rumors that Raul Castro is dead because he hasn't been seen in Cuba in months. Is it true?
Oh, brother of Raul Castro.
1, 2, 3. Raul, yeah, did I say that right? Raul Castro?
No, Raul Castro, yeah. There is some, the vision that I had, it's like someone is going in a hospital on the bed, they are moving him to the tube for radiation. So he might be taking some treatments for cancer. So there is some surprise. I think he's still alive, and there is a woman that is coming to inform us, but I think he is still alive. But he's going through some probably cancer treatment. Okay?
Well, I have one last question.
So,
If your spirit guides have any messages for us this week.
oh boy, 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It's symbol of old-fashioned clock, and it is like that it's melting. So there are some changes related to time. And then near time there will be some big changes. It is like the clock is crying, because the face is dissolving.
Okay.
It's like you put the water and it's kind of getting down.
I heard the word patience in my head as soon as you said clock melting.
Yeah. Some things will come really good, connections and so on. So that will be good cooperations, but some people will be backstabbed, hurt, and going through the drama, probably sickness. And some people will feel that they are slaves probably that will be in Afghanistan, the drama from hurricanes, and some people will be happy. So it is that part of the clock is crumbling, and we have to be ready for the outcomes. And the weather in Europe is so overheated. The fires in Greece, yes, everywhere.
Before we completely wrap this up, I wanted to give a quick shout out. I literally just got this in the mail yesterday, and I feel like it has come at a perfect time. So Aliza, and I'm going to apologize if I say your last name wrong, but Einhorn wrote this book, and she watches the channel, and she sent me a copy so I can read it after I was talking about one of the other books I read, The Natural Magic. So this one's called Mystical Practical Guide to Magic. So I am so excited to read this, and it just looks beautiful, Aliza. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to sit down. Yeah.
And on the previous video, people were asking me about the box of tarot that I was reading, and
that I'm still working on them.
She has most of my books, so I can't share them. And I have to show you what I found that yesterday. I was cleaning my husband's office, and he had a small library. and I found my mother's book about fortune telling, but it is about regular cards, the meaning, and the whole notebook is from the page 1 to the end, all about how to read those cards. It's interesting. I wish I knew. Somehow I don't know how it came to my mom was coming 7 times to Canada, so one of those times she came in, end up on my husband's shelf, and we are changing the windows, so I had to remove some books from there, and I thought, oh, this is so small, what is it? And it's a nice surprise.
It's a treasure.
It is treasure, yes. And I want to pray for security in Afghanistan, that we don't have to see those people suffering and going through that horrific time over there, and the peace for the soldiers, that they will be safely coming home, and somehow everything will come to the better end, and that people in Haiti will be protected from the hurricane, because they already are suffering from the earthquake, and they are hungry and wet and poor, and not knowing even if they will have something to eat. And for peace on the world, for health and successful, we want to wish Biden to be successful president, that he will be able to shake his advisors to be more active, to give him the real advices, not only giving him what they think he wants to hear it. And all the best to everyone. Stay positive, stay safe, stay healthy, and that we wish that the crown back will go away. Second crown back. The first one was already kind of under control. And we have 106 cases in Red Deer yesterday, and it was 6 before, so it's growing so badly. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for. Please send me your comments so I know what you want to know, and I will be answering your questions.
And you can send questions to me as well, again, at psychicvioletta.questions@gmail.com. There should be a copy of the email in the description below.
And for me, just under comments. Thank you. And thank you for your comments.
Thank you so much.
Oh, where is that? Oh.